What's up, Roulette Fools? Brent with AOB. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Pardon me for my voice. I've been pretty sick here this last week. Anyway, today we're going to revisit Twister version 2.0. You might have seen the low bankroll video that came out previous to this. We did Twister. It's even better now. And we have a tool. It's in beta, and SoCal is helping me build it out even better, but it's functional right now. I'm going to show you that tool. And I have another version of Twister that's a little bit more conservative. If you have a smaller bankroll and you want to play a little bit more on, take the edge off, I have that version for you too. So stay tuned. Let's get right to it. All right, here we go. So you can see on the Excel spreadsheet, we are right now at just a little over $200,000 balance. Okay, $200,000 balance. And give me 1 second. I'm going to show you what we're doing. We're going to start Twister, $5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's double that. I'm using $15 units is what our unit's going to be. And I'm going to show you how I calculated that. I'll explain this strategy really quick after you're done. And I promise I'm going to try to stick around the 15-minute mark today and give you a lot of information. So we're at 200,000. If you look up just a few more days up here, you might notice that we were at 235. I took $30,000 out for taxes, and then I lost a couple thousand yesterday messing around. So, all right, there's one win. We're going for 4 wins, and I'll explain this to you real quick. Just hang tight. So I was going to take out around 90,000, but I kept looking at that going, I've already taken 150,000 out prior to the 30. So I've actually taken $180,000 out ish. So really we're at $380,000, but that's okay. We're at 200. I decided I'd rather have the cushion. I'll pay off my taxes with selling out some stocks or just tapping into savings. That's fine. Let's leave this nice balance right here. And we're going to keep carrying forward. So we're not going to be so risque with our money now. The tax days that we were, I allowed myself. Okay, we lost here. That sucks. The dude couldn't even give us a couple wins in a row. All right, we're going to double. I'm going to double for the sake of this video and get going. So, all right, that's where we're at. I want to show you something else now. I want to show you this worksheet that really helps you with, well, at least it helps me with managing this particular strategy, because as I explain it to you, you'll understand what I mean. As you can see here up in the right corner, here's the steps. You go through each of the steps. Now, the idea behind this is the very first step, you want to make enough money. So that's all you're playing with the rest of your session. Okay. You're only risking at the very beginning. From then on out, you are playing with house money, and you're not going to go below that during your session. Okay. You're not going to go below that during your session. Let's get this front and center for you guys and blow it up a little bit bigger. Okay. So, well, yeah, the first step is 5 double streets. Now in this calculator, you put your minimum table bet up there first to see what this is going to look like. As you can see, even with a minimum table bet of 50 cents, it's calculating that at this level, we have to do a $15 unit size for a 5 double street times 5, right? So you can see this first step, the way it's laid out, is very, very expensive indeed. And we need a profit target. In this case, I'm going to go for 4X. You can go for 2X. I'm going to go for a profit target of $60, which we have. Now we're going to go through the next step, and I'm going to show you how that works. And we're doing 9th Street. Oh, I didn't get my last one down there. So basically, the way this works is the profit that you get on the step above. Now, in this time, we got $60. The profit that you get from that step will be used to bet your next step. And you do not bet more than the profit you made from the previous step. That way, oh man, we lost. All right, we are going to add another one here, and we are going to double it up. Okay. So what we're doing, and that's why I like to have $60 there, because in this next step, if you miss a couple, I want to be able to martingale at least once and try to recover. If I don't, I'm going to either go back here and go one more time. If you lose on this first two steps twice, if you can't recover in these first two, you lose all 60 or you can't get it back to 60 without going into deficit, you're done. Okay. After this initial step, from then on out, if you go below water level, meaning going into debt, you're done. Okay. You stop. All right. There's a win. We're still below. We're still below. So I'm going to repeat it, except we don't need to go that much again. We're going to go down to $2 units. This is 9 streets. It pays 3 to 1. So whatever unit you're putting on here, man, I am a yoko this morning. Okay, we got 9 units. It pays 3. Each of these units are $2, means we're going to make $6 off of this. So you can see our profit target here at this level. Now this is rounding up because based on 50 cents, don't get exactly even. So you're going to have to just work with that. In this case, you see the bet unit's supposed to be $1.70. We're going up to 2, and sorry for the back and forth. I don't want you guys to miss out on anything. There we go. That's a profit. Now you can see our next step is 2 dozen. Our unit size is going to be $2.50. So we're going to go second and third dozen. I'm going to add 50 cents to each of those. Okay. So again, whatever your profit, if you look at this chart, the profit from 9 streets is going to be roughly $5. I put $2. Okay. So it's actually going to be higher than that, but our profit is going to be $5 on 9 streets. It's $3. We actually got $6. You can see here, here's the total bet on the next step, and it's below the profit from the previous step. We made 50 cents, our total bet for this, and we just won again. Now we go from 2 dozen. We're going down to 5 corners, 50 cents each. You pick whatever 5 non-overlapping corners you want. There's my 5. I'm going to go there. And you can see 5 corners, 50 cents, because that's a table min. That's why it's really important to start off with your table minimum up here, because if you don't and you start playing around with these numbers, by the time you get down here, you may not have what you need because of the table min. We're going to make $2 profit on that one if we win, and we did. And now, as you can see, we're going down to the last step. It's a 1-to-1. We're going to go, I'm going to choose black, and it's just a 50-cent bet. And I like this because you're just kind of capping it off. You're capping off that run all the way through. Now, the idea behind this is not only your risk is only right here on those first 2 to 4 spins. Now you can make them more spins if you want to lower your bet size way down, and you would rather try to do that. Additionally, you don't have to do the strategies that I have picked. Okay. You don't have to do that. And we won. Look at that. We won. Now, when we win, what I like to do is, now that you're already up, and we're already well above 60, I'm going to come back and I'm going to use the lowest denomination, 50 cents, and I'm going to play 5 double streets again. I don't need to really build up like I did the first time because we're already up there. Now, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can. On this next cycle, you could go in with $5 units. You don't have to go 15, but you could go 5 and try to be stair-stepping. I like that plan. I do that all the time with this. But this is going to calculate how much you need in order so that the step below it, your next step, even though it's below it, your next step up. All right, we won that one. So now our next bet unit here is going to be $1.70, but we can't really do that. 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going $2. Okay. We're hitting at 9 streets, $2. Our profit in this case will actually be $6 because remember, our 9 streets, you put 9 units down, you profit 3 units. That gives us enough to come down here and place 2 dozen at that rank, right? So every step along the way, no matter what you lose, you're not going to lose more than the previous step made. All right, there we go. So we're going to go 250 on 2 dozens, and I'm going to go second and third again, 250. And you're just rinsing and repeating. And I love this because all along the way, your stress was right up here in those first, let's say, 4 spins. If you want to give yourself, let's say you are betting, you decide you're going to bet a lower unit starting amount to give you want to make it even more conservative, but you have a decent bankroll. You don't have to stop at 4 wins on that very first one, right? You could go for more wins than that. All right, now we lost on this one. You have a couple choices. You can go back up to the top. We lost right there. We lost $5. So you can either do this. You could double it, which would break you even, and then do it again. You could go up to 750 on this and try to profit right there. So you can try to profit. If you lose, if you get a whack at any one of these levels, you can actually keep playing that level however you want to do your progressions until you profit this amount here. Okay, until you profit this amount here. And the guy just hit us again. All right, we're going to stick with it. I'm going to go to $10. And actually, I'm going to add another 5 to this. I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive here. I'm going to add another 5 to it and see if we can get back and go. If you run through here several times, I mean, there's so many ways to play this. You can play it where as you go through the gauntlet, you win at every level and you don't leave that level till you win. You can go where you lose at a level and whatever that loss is, that becomes your new unit size for the 5 double street, right? So, all right, there we go. What was our previous was 73.50. Now that I got that, we broke even from those 2 losses. We're going to go back in with 250. Okay. So let's say we wanted to play it, which is the original way. You get down here to 2 dozen. Your total bet is $5 and you lose. Okay. You're out $5. The good news is we made $6 from the previous step. You have a whole bunch of options. That's okay. Start out at the top again with just 50 cents because you're actually starting out with more money than you started out the previous time. Oh my God, this kid. All right, we're going to double it up and I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go, I'm going to see by 3Xing it, we will, if we hit this one, we will get our profit that we need right off the bat. So you can either win at every level and try to get the profit that you need. You can restart at 5 double streets and recover. And there's so many ways. You can start at 5 double streets, recover, and then keep going through the gauntlet. Or if you recover at this level, jump back down to the level you were and resume, right? Because you're just breaking even. So you could come back down to this level and resume. All right, there's a win. So we were at 73.50. We're at 76. Our next is 5 corners at 50 cents each. This time I'm going to go here. 3, 4, 5 corners. Okay. So we're down here. So if we were to lose again, we lost $2.50, but we made $2.50 up here. So we're not losing more than our previous step. Okay. Now, if we lose here again, you can go, our total bet's $2.50. You could go up to 5 double streets and bet $2.50 at 5 double streets. You can go up to the previous level. Here you go. Okay. So let's go. We're going to go 5. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 50 cents. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to go bet. All right. We're betting $2. I screwed up. I bet way more than that. What do I got? 750. Oh my gosh. I'm a knucklehead. I put 3 units on the street. Let's hope we hit one of those 2 streets. Otherwise we're losing money. Yes, we hit one of the streets that I loaded up with accidentally. That's a nice, happy accident. Let's just say right there, we broke even with this level. We're going to go back down to that level and I'm going to bet $2.50 on 5 corners again. Now, like I said, that's one way of doing it. And you should save all these bets so that you can just go through your list. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now this one is 20 numbers. It pays 80%. So whatever your total bet is, it pays 80%. So if you look here, let's see if we can, oh no, we didn't get it again. So I'm going to show you what we can do now. Now this time we're not going to leave until we get our profit, right? So we're going to martingale it up. This will give us into profit plus, remember 80%. So this is a $25 bet. You're going to multiply it by 80, right? If we had a $250 bet, this is going to profit us up nicely. So this will win us $20, right? And if we win $20, our previous bet to that was was $12.50. So we're going to get nice profit here if we win here. So you can stay here if you want to as well. There we go. Look at that. Look at our graph. Boom. Now we just did 5 corners and you come down to 1-to-1 bet and we're only going with the house minimum on this. Okay. This to me is sort of the coup de grace. It's just your finishing. It's the icing on the cake. If you want to be more risky and your balance is growing up really, really nicely, feel free to add up $10, $5, whatever you want. I like to finish off with just a low amount relative to what I've been doing so that no matter what, when I go back up to the top of the gauntlet, I'm still well ahead. Okay, so I think you guys get the gist there, and boom, we won for the second time in the row. So what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to show you the conservative mode. This was the original flavor. I'm going to show you the conservative mode, and what it's doing, the concept is exactly the same. The difference is in the strats. So we start out exactly the same with 5 double streets. Okay, I'm going to put 50 cents here to keep everything equal. You're going to start out with 5 double streets. And this time, instead of $15 unit sizes, we're now at $10.50. Okay, and you can just round it. You don't have to do exact. You go just $10 if you want. Your profit target is 21 if you go through rounds. I'm going for 4 rounds. It's going to be a 42. I want to spin it and get $42 profit. Instead of coming down to 27 number system, 9 streets, which took 9 units, we're going to go to V28. And we can place the V28 with 7 units, okay? And so we need to put $1.50 units, and I'm going to actually show you the strat just real quick. Our profit target is 3, okay? Now, if we win once, we get $3. You can see that pays the total bet size of 2 dozen, 2 dozen. And then we have a different one, low corner here, and I'm going to show you that. That only takes 3 units. Instead of down here, normally was Mickey Mouse, right? Was 5 corners. That was a $2.50 total bet. Now we're at a $1.50 total bet. So I'm just going to show you some of these strategies. So for example, V28, let's get that out of the way. We're waiting for that spin. In the meantime, I sincerely apologize. I have been forgetting to put the keywords at the end of the video. I'm going to make it up to you, but we're going to completely redo the way that you need to enter these things to make it way easier for you. Okay. It's going to be way easier for you guys. All right, here's V28 and what it looks like. We're going to just go, what's the unit size? We need to do $1.50. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let me get set up here. Okay. And I need to actually put a 50 cents. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Those are supposed to be only 1 units. I'm screwing up right and left. The idea behind this one is, and I didn't even do it right. Look at I'm all over the place. I am such a total mess up right now. What a hot mess. I have not been sleeping well. All right. That's all right. We won $9. We kind of lost what that was a $13.50. Okay. We're going to go $1.50 units. We're going to go pick 2 corners, and 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to add a 50 because they're supposed to be $1, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, 1. Didn't get it on. This is supposed to have another $1.50 on it. So this, remember, is second dozen. So we've got 2 corners covered in the first dozen with 1 unit each, which in this case is $1.50. And it's a good thing we did. We actually won more because we didn't have a $1.50 on there. So let me do this again. You're going to put 1 unit here, 1 unit here, 2 corners. Repeat that in a second dozen, another dozen, doesn't matter. And on the empty dozen, you're going to put 3 units. Okay, now, the normal table layout's a hell of a lot easier if you're not used to this, right? Because you want to put it down here. You're basically covering 28 numbers. Every unit you're going to win is 2x. So we have a $1.50. If we win, it's going to be a $3 profit. Okay. Now, the reason I went with V28 is it's still in the realm of 27 number coverage. Boom. Second dozen. It doesn't matter any number in the second dozen covers because we have 3 units down. Okay. Because we only have to put 7 units instead of 9 units, right? And every little bit counts of shaving it down. Now, if you want to do different strategies, you can. You can replace this with any other 28 number, 27 number, 26 number, whatever it is you want to do. All right. So we're going to walk out of here with this, and we win our thing. We're going to go back to 2 dozens with a $1.50, just like before. But then we're going to go to this low corner, and I'm going to show you that right now after this one, regardless win, lose, or draw. And the nice thing about that, the reason why I switched it is it only takes 3 units. Okay. Now it's not nearly as profitable, and I don't care about this loss right now. I just want to show you. So we're going to go 3 units on high or low. It doesn't matter. We're going to go, no, excuse me. Yeah. 2 units here, and then 1 corner anywhere else except where you're covering on this high. So if you chose high, any corner between 1 and 18, if you're going to go low, you put 1 unit on any corner on the high. Okay. So this is covering 22 numbers instead of 20 like Mickey Mouse has. Boom, we just hit. But watch this. On this one, that's a $4.50 win off of $1.50. If you hit the high, you win 1 unit. In this case, 1 unit is 50 cents. Okay. If you hit up here, this is an 8-to-1 payout. Okay. So 8 times 50 is $4 plus your original 50 cent back. So you put out on the table $1.50, you're pulling out $4.50. So it's sort of a banger out here with all these. But in general, if you want to play conservative, you're not really looking for big numbers. You're looking to get through it and be able to take your time and wash through the steps and keep going and playing with house money. I don't like wager only strategies for the most part. This is to me a profit. It's a safer profit strategy. And already we've wagered $1,000 and we're up $98. Okay. It's kind of hard thing for me to explain in 20 minutes doing so many things. So I'm going to, as I continue to improve our worksheet so that you can easily enter in what your numbers are. So if you have a bigger bankroll, you might go, well, what happens if I did a $5 unit? What would that look like? Okay. Well, you can see how expensive that gets because now you're up at a $105 unit. That's a $5.25. So you really, that's the trade-off for this one is the very first step is more expensive. Hey, Brent, is there a way we can do this without putting so much money down on the first time? Yep. Whatever it takes to win this profit target. So in other words, you can do whatever you want as long as you win this profit target. Then you can cascade down and follow the next steps. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. And this is the original. I actually just prefer this one. And let's see what $5 would look like here. $150 units. And you got to finish that 4 times. So you can see it's very, very expensive on that first step, but it's critical. You can also, like I said, you can lower this way down as long as you keep up, and you don't need to do 4 rounds. You can do 2 rounds. Now you have 2 bullets down here. If you lose on this step here, you can run it through twice. You can't martingale, but you can go again. Okay, so 2 is your bare bone minimums. I don't like doing 1 because 1 just gives you 1 miss here, and then you got to go. I don't want to keep going back to the top and do the 5 double streets with big bets. I want to be done, get out of there, and relax and have fun. You're getting to use 5 strategies here. You're getting to pop around 5 strategies. All right, that's it for today. Keep an eye out for our new format for giving out the giveaways in the live streams, or excuse me, in the recorded videos. It's going to be so much easier for you guys. No taking screenshots, no doing any more. So much easier for you. I will unveil that on the next video, I promise. And I know this will be like the 3rd video where I don't have keywords. I will make it up to you. I will do drawings for these videos. So make sure you still comment in these videos. I will do a picker out of the comments. And then if I go back, it's fine. You don't have to have the keyword. So just put in a comment in there. It doesn't matter what it is. You can even criticize me and you can still be eligible to win. All right. And I will make it up to you. We will do drawings for these videos, but it's going to be easier moving forward. All right. That's it. Be good humans. Hop into our live streams. A lot of fun, a lot of giveaway. On Saturday, we gave away $10,000. We had a very generous member, Freakstorm, who donated $10,000 of his own money to give away, of which $2,000 is going to charity. And I'm going to unveil the charity that we're going to send it to today, the next live stream that's coming up. All right, that's it. Us against the casinos always. Let's make 2025 our year. Cheers.